In this lesson, we'll be talking about slope-intercept equations. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to determine the slope and the y-intercept from the table and the graph, and write the slope-intercept equation for the line. So to write an equation, we have to find the slope. That's the m. It's the rate of change, so that pattern in the table. The steepness of the line, so if you have 2 points, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If you're talking about a word problem, look for the word per, so dollars per day, speed per minute, pounds per month. So in this example of a graph, to find the slope, I go from one point to the next, so this is up 20 over 2, so the slope is 10. In the table, I'm looking for the change in y over the change in x, so this is going down 42, this is going up 7, so negative 42 divided by 7 is negative 6. If we're looking at word problems, look for that per, so they're bought at a rate of 25 per minute, so they're selling, so she's reducing how many she has. We also need to find this y-intercept, which is the b. This is where x is equal to 0 in the table, so when x is 0, whatever that y is, it's where the line crosses the y-axis from a graph. And from the words, it's our startup value or initial value, beginning amount, something like that. So from this same graph, our y-intercept in this one is 0, 0. In this second example, the table, it's 360, 0, 360. And in the word problem here, our initial value is the 500. So some examples: graph the data and find the slope and y-intercept from the graph and table, then write an equation. So the first thing it wants us to do is graph it. So those are each of our points. X is 2, y is 6. Then we'll find the slope, so the change in y over the change in x, that's 3 over 1. Or from the graph, up 6 over 2. Let's look at, you're going from 2 to 4. So 6 over 2 is still 3. To find our y-intercept, we can continue our line and see that it goes to 0, 0. Or the x is going up by 1, so we'll go backward, and the y is going up by 3, so we go backward, and either way it's 0, 0. So our equation is y equals 3x plus 0, which we drop the 0 and just say y equals 3x. In this one, graph the data and find the slope and y-intercept, then write the equation. So you pick Berry Farm offers 10 pounds of blueberries for $36 after you buy the basket for 12. So the first thing we want to do is graph it. So we'll graph our points. Then we'll find the slope, either by doing this, the change in y, so going from 60 to 84 is 24 over the change in x, or from our graph, take 2 points, any 2 points, how much up, so it's going up 24 and over 10, so our slope is $2.40. The y-intercept, see if we continued this line, we would get to 12, or again, going backwards on our table, so it's going up by 10, so we go backward 10, that's 0, and this is going up by 24, so I go back to 12. So my equation is y equals 2.40x plus 12. Identify the slope and the y-intercept from a table. Remember, the slope is the change in y over the change in x. Our intercept is when x is 0. So I write the equation y equals 2x plus 5. From a graph, we find the slope by going from one point to the next. This one's going down 2, right 3, so it's negative 2/3. Our intercept is where it crosses the y, so it's 5. So our equation is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5. So in slope-intercept form, where do you find the slope? It's the b, or the intercept, sorry, the b is the intercept. Where do you find the slope? That's the m.